Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Following the vision of current Council of Establishment of New Center this week, Cpsp delegates led by the President Cpsp inaugurated Cpsp Region Center Loralai. Turbat Center was already inaugurated last month, details of which is given in link in the description of this video. Cpsp delegates visit this week to Loralai for center inauguration. Hospital visit and inspection of institution at Quetta was inconsistent with the vision of Honorable Chief Minister and Health Minister of Balochistan for quality patient care and specialist services at districts of the province. The Secretary Health, Mr. Mujibur Rahman, accompanied and facilitated both visits at Turbat and Loralai as local host along with Region Director Professor Aisha Siddiqa. In same visit, in accordance with the laid down rules and regulations for accreditation of training institutions and programs of FCPS, inspection of the Loralai Medical College, Loralai was done by the Cpsp delegation. Cpsp inspection team was accompanied by the President Cpsp Professor Muhammad Shoaib Shafi and Senior Vice President Professor Khalid Masood Gondal. The members of the Cpsp inspection team included Professor Muhammad Asghar Bhatt, Professor Muhammad Amir Zaman Khan, Professor Aisha Siddiqa, Professor Basma Khan, Professor Brigadier Rao Zahid, Colonel Professor Saad Azim, Professor Samia Ghayazuddin. On reaching Loralai, the team visited CMH Outpatient Department, Operation Theatres, ancillary supporting departments, radiology and lab services, as well as various wards of the hospital. The visit was concluded with the tree plantation ceremony by the guest and group photo. The Cpsp team member visited Loralai District Headquarters Hospital. Dr. Ehsanullah Gilzai, in his PowerPoint presentation, introduced the college and hospital and briefed about the various facilities available at the hospital. President Cpsp and Senior Vice President inaugurated the newly constructed block of the Pediatrics Department. Professor Muhammad Shoaib Shafi, President Cpsp, and Professor Khalid Masood Gondal, Senior Vice President, inaugurated the regional office of Cpsp at the hospital. They hoped and prayed that this inauguration will be a starting point in the development of postgraduate medical education facilities in the region and will upgrade the healthcare facilities. A groundbreaking ceremony was performed by the President Cpsp, SVP, and councillors of Cpsp. President Cpsp thanked the Healthcare Administration of Loralai for allocation of 3-acre land area for the construction of a new region center of Cpsp at Loralai. Postgraduates and faculty of Loralai Medical College formally welcomed the Cpsp delegation by holding a ceremony in the auditorium of the college. Ceremony was addressed by Professor Aisha Siddiqa, Professor Amir Zaman Khan, Senior Vice President Professor Khalid Masood Gondal, and President Cpsp Professor Muhammad Shoaib Shafi. Professor Khalid Masood Gondal thanked the Healthcare Secretary Mr. Mujibur Rahman for facilitating the visit and appreciated the love and affection shown by the people of Balochistan for the Cpsp. Souvenirs were exchanged between the Cpsp and the Loralai Medical College Administration. On return to Quetta, the Cpsp delegation inspected the Trauma Center Quetta. This state-of-the-art center is equipped with the latest facilities. All its departments are staffed by the faculty members in the discipline of emergency trauma medicine, orthopedics, neurosurgery, radiology, pathology, and intensive care. The Chief Executive Officer of the facility informed that Trauma Center Quetta will be applying to Cpsp for the recognition of its facility to start postgraduate program. Cpsp delegation visited Arya Hospital, Quetta to meet the college fellows and the postgraduate trainees working at the hospital. CEO of the hospital welcomed the delegates and he accompanied the team during the visit, introduced the facility and its working to the delegates. Senior Vice President Professor Khalid Masood Gondal addressed the audience and apprised them about the perspective of Cpsp as regards the promotion and upgradation of postgraduate medical education in Pakistan. In the evening, the delegates visited the Sheikh Zayed Institute of Cardiology, Quetta. Brigadier Asim Iftikhar, commandant of the facility, welcomed the delegates and in his PowerPoint presentation introduced the facility and its working to the delegates. Senior Vice President Professor Khalid Masood Gondal addressed the audience and apprised them about the perspective of CPSP as regards the promotion and upgradation of postgraduate medical education in Pakistan. Souvenirs were presented by the commandant of the hospital to the delegates of CPSP. A dinner was hosted in the honor of the CPSP delegation by the Secretary Health, Government of Balochistan. Principal and senior members of faculty were also present. They welcomed the CPSP team and were thankful to the CPSP for all its efforts for the promotion of postgraduate medical education not only in Quetta but in Turbat and Loralai also. President and SVP CPSP thanked all the stakeholders in Balochistan for their hospitality and making this a memorable one. Thank you.